Alright, I know it's been a little while since I've uploaded anything, and I've had this machine for a little while now. I'm sure those of you who watch my videos look at this and go, well, that looks a lot like that Advance Spectrum, and you would be correct. As far as I can tell, they are the same machines, except this one is a dual motor. So we have a brushroll motor instead of having a single motor system with like the clutch, which, you know, I considered fixing the 12P I had because we were missing some parts from like the base, but after thinking about it, it's like, you know, it just doesn't make sense to do this because, I mean, it needed body parts, it needed base parts, and it's, you know, the motor in it wasn't super healthy. Although, looking back, I might have been able to fix that if the brushroll drive came off the motor, which it very well may have. But anyways, I thought that was a nice machine, and I thought to myself, you know, if I find one of these for a good price, which I actually bought this brand new because they went on sale for like 400 something from Office Depot, but they were out of stock. So, long story short, they wouldn't sell me one, you know, being out of stock at that price, even if I had to wait for it. So, I bought it from a competitor with price match. And I had to do a little bit of modification. Unfortunately, I scratched this up a little bit doing this, but this just had a single switch to it, so you couldn't shut off the brush roll, which I found annoying. I mean, I know this is a commercial machine, but it's like, if it has a second motor, why wouldn't you have a way to turn the brush off? It just doesn't make sense. And then, I'm not sure if mine had this clip or not. The Advance, that is. 35mm tool set, that's nothing new. I just put a new bag in here. We got a pre-motor filter down here. And we actually have a HEPA filter on this one. And just like the Advance, that swivels out. So, sits flat against the body, or it sits out when it's in its storage position. And we have some tools, just an upholstery tool. If I already hadn't mentioned it, still 35mm tools. Oops. Basic, but really nothing wrong with this style of tool. And then we also have a weird crevice tool. No dusting brush, but that for commercial machines isn't unheard of. But yeah, this is a strange crevice tool. And then there's the space here for a spare bag, which this machine also came with a pack of 10 spare bags. And that's like, oh, cool. I just wish they made HEPA ones for it. And we have, you know, like the indicator lights, like many dual motor machines, one green, one red, one green to tell us that the brush roll motor's on, and the red one to tell us there's a problem. Yeah, like I said, bought it new, so really not much to see there. I probably won't continue to use the HEPA filters in it because I just, you know, see them as somewhat unnecessary. But yeah, this is actually one of the machines I've considered for like a daily machine, just because, you know, it has the dual motors in it. It's not overly loud. It's pretty easy to use. But I think I still like my Protein 1500 XP a little bit better. It's a little bit more powerful and it glides a little bit better. And I think this is kind of the reason why. Because the, I don't know, it seems like machines that have a three-wheel design never push very easily. And I think we still have like a protection strip. Oh yeah. There we go. Yeah, we got a... I think... Is this... I was having a hard time telling if this was single or double row, but clearly it is a double row. And then, you know, it removes easily, which is always a nice touch on these commercial style machines. So just get this put back in. Maybe. Not the most easy to do one-handed, but it rarely is. But, I mean, you guys have seen the basics of the machine now, so let's move on. Alright, so here we have our ambient voltage. I'm going to switch this on, hopefully just one motor at first. And we'll switch the brushroll motor on. We'll take an airflow reading at the body. Now, I redid the foam on my airflow box here and gave it something a little softer. Because, I mean, the original kind of gray stuff I had was a little softer versus the stuff that I had put on there a few months ago. And I'm like, maybe this will give us a better seal. And yes, I know Vac Lab, I should just create a new one, but I'm lazy. Alright, first test, brush roll off, and we'll scoop that out of the way, and oh no. Well, I got wires showing on the vane, that's not a good thing. Brush rolls on. I mean, it's a pretty decent machine, I think. But, you know, having that Spectrum, I kind of knew what to expect from it. But the option to shut the brush roll off is nice. And, you know, like I said, it was one of my contenders for my daily driver, as they call it. You know, because, I mean, it's got good features, it's pleasant to use, but I think I just like the Pro Team better. And, you know, for a commercial machine, it's not bad, especially if you get it at a good price. I mean, I don't think it's quite going to be quite as durable as something like a Windsor, but, you know, you could certainly do worse. Just my 2 cents on it.